उठा देंगे। क्या हाल है गुड़गांव वाला?
Hi everyone, this is Damini Yadav, Assistant Professor from Sushant University. So let's start with a new topic today, hybridoma technology in biotechnology. Today we will be covering the following topics, that is introduction to hybridoma technology, applications in drug development, challenges, limitations, future perspective, and then we will conclude with the session. So let's start with the introduction of this topic. What hybridoma is. So let's get into the historical aspect of this hybridoma technology first. So the term was firstly coined by a scientist, Leonard Heisenberg, in the year 1975. In the same year, two of the co-workers, that is J.F. Kohler and Cecil Milstein, have implemented this technique to form monoclonal antibodies. So what hybridoma technology is actually? It is a technique which is used for mass production of antibodies. So let's get into the mechanism of hybridoma formation. So how does it implement? So firstly, we select an animal model in which we will introduce some antigen for which antibodies are to be produced. So from that animal model, we extract out the beta lymphocytes or B cells, and also from their bone marrow, we will extract out some myeloma cells. The beta lymphocytes are very capable of producing antibodies, while myeloma cells have the potential of dividing rapidly. So we will be producing traits of both the cells into the hybridoma cells. So this is how hybridoma cells are produced. So now, once the hybridoma cells are produced, after the PM fusion, we will go for hybridoma cell screening, which we do by using HAT media. It's a hypoxanthine aminopterin thymidine medium. It basically triggers the production of nucleotides by these hybridoma cells by either de novo process or salvation process. So this is how the hybridoma cells are screened. Therefore, we will go for cloning and growing of those hybridoma cells that we have selected. From these two steps, we might get fused myelomas, fused plasma, unfused plasma, or unfused myelomas. And the fifth part, hybridoma, which is of our concern. That hybridoma cells we will be extracting out from that animal model, and we will be cloning it further for our reference. Next, monoclonal antibodies, that is from one clone, we will be producing those clones in multiple copies. Those monoclonal antibodies we will be utilizing further for therapeutic application. So this is how later on we will be ensuring the stability of those hybridoma produced cells. So this was all about the mechanism of hybridoma technology. Let's get into the application of monoclonal antibodies as therapeutics. I have already explained to you the mechanism of action of monoclonal antibodies. So they are basically used for immunization, as the name suggests, antibodies. So there are many type of monoclonal antibodies, as I depicted in my slides too. The various types of immunoglobulins like IgG, IgM. Beside this, IgA, IgD, IgE, or also the types of monoclonal antibodies that can be produced using this hybridoma technology. These monoclonal antibodies are also utilized for cancer treatment, like the drugs trastuzumab, rituximab. Rituximab is one of the earliest drug which was firstly produced or affiliated by FDA in the year 1997. Various autoimmune diseases also can be cured using these monoclonal antibodies. And also it has a tremendous and a very bright future in antibody therapy in coming time by implementing the personalized medicine. Next, I'll be covering with your diagnostic applications of these hybridoma technology. We can detect various diseases like cancer, lupus, and so on using these monoclonal antibodies or hybridoma technology. Next, biomarker discovery can also be implemented using these diagnostic applications. Immunoassays can be generated using these monoclonal antibodies too. So next, it has a very good and very future perspective effect on personalized medicine. In coming future, we can employ this hybridoma technology for personalized medicines, for personalized treatment of a specific disease. So regulatory reconciliations we also need to take care of during the implementation of these hybridoma technology. So let's move to the next part, technical challenges that we may encounter while dealing with this hybridoma technology. First one is low fusion rate. Since we are fusing two cells, myeloma cells and the beta cells, their fusion rate is very low. So this is a limiting step to us. Next is the hybridoma screening is slow. When we deal with HET media or ELISA test, that process is very slow and time consuming. Next is hybridomas may lose traits. When two cells we are in consideration, after getting fused, they may lose the traits that we are particularly expecting from the source cells. Next is scaling up may hurt yield quality. When we produce monoclonal antibodies and then we commercialize it on a large scale, it may get hindered. Quality control. Throughout all the processes, the consistency should be maintained. If it is broken at any part, it may leads to a defaulted product. So let's move to the ethical and regulatory issues. Since we are using animal models for the production of monoclonal antibodies, it's our prime duty that we consider the animal models with proper ethics and considering their welfare as well. Next is regulatory compliance. Whatever product or whatever monoclonal antibodies that we will be producing in, we should ensure that we are regulating or we are in compliance with the regulatory bodies of that particular country or region. Next is IP rights. IP rights, we should not infringe any kind of rights while we are dealing or while we are executing these monoclonal antibodies. We should also consider the public views and eco footprint of the particular region in which we are executing these monoclonal antibodies production. For example, in India, the kettles are sacred, so we cannot use them for the production of monoclonal antibodies. It may cause a severe chaos in the society. So, moving to the future perspective, since we have encountered several challenges in our previous slides like cell fusion advances, like genetic engineering, humanized apps DEV, for personalized medicines, so AI integration and novel therapies. These we need to take care in future so that these technique could also be improvised in coming future. So in this session, I hope you have gathered enough information regarding this hybridoma technology, their applications, challenges, limitations, and future perspective. Thank you for watching. We will connect soon.